Hello, thank you very much for joining me at Urban Rider to look at some more cold and wet weather riding gloves. I know it's never a fun subject to address, and I promise I'll stop complaining about it being colder some point soon. But we have two more gloves from the company REVIT with us today. We have the Foster and the Grafton. The Foster are the bigger gloves, and that's predominantly the biggest difference between these two. If you are finding it difficult to avoid the colder commutes, then I would probably recommend going with the Foster, in all honesty, but there isn't a lot between the two of them, functionally speaking. The other difference between these two is going to be the price. Obviously, one is slightly more expensive than the other. The Foster is £74.99, the Grafton is £64.99, but both of them are a really nice, attractive price point in my opinion. If I start though with the slightly longer Foster, I can explain that we have a mix of textile and leather going on here. Textile on the back there, as you can see. You have a goatskin leather palm, which is nice and abrasion resistant. Goatskin is favored in the palm of most gloves because it is so tough, and it's great for that abrasion resistance. As you'll expect, these are CE approved. You do get armor included as well. You get a temper foam insert for your palm protection, for your scaphoid protection. That is going to be slightly on the softer side than the viscoelastic rubber they use for your knuckle protection instead. That is subtle from the outside. It is obviously found internally, so it's not very obvious that it has that armor from the outside of these gloves, which is a nice touch. You will then also find something on your index finger and thumb for the use of a touchscreen or smartphone if you're using your maps. It's accurate enough. I'm not sure I would want to sit and compose a full text message, but it's at least enough to accurately use your smart screen, and better than some others that I've used. You've also got this soft fabric between your index finger and your thumb along the back of your finger there, which I have on my gloves, and I find that really useful when you're trying to clear the water from your visor, from your screen. So that's a really useful addition as well, and something subtle that you might not have noticed. On the inside, it's really nice and warm. You have their tri-fleece liner along your palm. Obviously, that's going to keep you nice and warm. And then on the back of your hand, you have their high loft fur liner, which they describe as being more air than fiber, which translates to basically trapping in a decent amount of air. It mimics the thermal or insulating qualities of fur in that sense, where it allows a pocket of air around your hand, which will help keep your hand warmer for longer. Either way, they are on the nice side of thick. I know a lot of people out there don't like big, thick, chunky gloves, and I don't either, but there is a compromise to be had. You need something a little bit thicker if you do want to keep your hands warm, and I'd say they've got the line pretty well on these. And then of course the big difference between these two gloves, as mentioned, this is longer. It's got that longer cuff, so you've got these two Velcro fasteners along your wrist as opposed to the one that you will find with the Grafton. And of course that's nice and secure around your wrist as well. You can get that really tight around there, not just using this one Velcro fastener. It's up to you whether that's going to be a frustrating thing or not. Some people will want that shorter cuff. I personally quite like riding with a short cuff. They're just a little bit easier to get on and off, and maybe a little bit less faff. But when it gets to the colder temperatures, if I'm taking my hand comfort seriously, I would probably go with the longer cuff. And actually the fact that you can put that over your sleeve obviously will help trap out the rain if it was to track up your sleeve otherwise. On that subject, to be reassured, I'm sure to find out that you have the Hydrotex Z liner, as you can see from the branding around your cuff, making these fully waterproof. Yes, they could have gone with Gore-Tex, and they have on other gloves. They haven't on this occasion, which does help them stay at a more palatable price point, I would have said. And you sacrifice maybe a little bit of breathability, but they're still waterproof at the end of the day. As for sizing, we have been known to disagree with REVIT in the past, and the same is true this time. I would say from my own personal experience, whenever I buy REVIT gloves, and I do like REVIT gloves, I tend to size up at least one size. So I'm a size 9 hand, and it's the extra large in this glove that is definitely my size. The large is a little bit too snug, not quite as comfortable for me. But do check our size guide. We keep that up to date, as I keep mentioning on the website. If you're at all unsure though when ordering these, you may well again be reassured to find out that we offer free returns. So if it's over £50 and it's the wrong size, you can send it back to us. No problems at all. But check out the links in the description if you want to have a look at these for yourself. Let us know your questions and comments down below. And for more of the world's finest riding gear, stay tuned to Urban Rider. Thank you.